Giant Sized Youngblood is here. We're going to talk about it. Now, before we get into this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's definitely appreciated, and it goes a long way to helping the channel out. So, with that being said, let's get into some Rob Liefeld goodness right here. It's no secret that I am a Rob Liefeld fan, right? I mean, earlier this year, back in April, I flew out to LA, went straight to Golden Apple from the airport for the Rob Liefeld signing for Youngblood #1. And this is the Golden Apple exclusive, you can see. And it has his signature with the chisel, COA on the back, of course. And that's the COA is actually exclusive to that signing, the Golden Apple. I gotta take the shot when I have it, right? I gotta show it off. So anyway, but yeah, I'm a huge Rob Liefeld fan, right? And I mean, behind the camera right here, I have a whole stack of Youngblood, the original Youngblood, every issue, and so far the Youngblood Deluxe, which is basically reprints of that original Youngblood series, but it's updated art, updated dialogue a little bit, and I have all those issues so far. So obviously, on top of the Youngblood stuff, Deadpool, obviously. Yeah, so it's no secret that I'm a Rob Liefeld fan. And when I found out that he's making a giant size Youngblood that will be exclusive. Well, it was exclusive to San Diego Comic Con, which you had to pre-order on his website, robliefeldcreations.com. I had to jump on top of it. Now, I did not go to San Diego Comic Con. My friend Jason, shout out to him, he went and he was able to pick these up for me. Now, I pre-ordered this, which I believe the print run for this was 125, and that's it. And I also picked up or pre-ordered. This was the secret variant for Giant Size Youngblood, and it's signed right there on the bottom. And then I also picked up this variant, which I think this was the Friday variant, and that's also signed right here on the bottom. And yeah, I also got the COAs, and Rob Liefeld signs the COAs also when you purchase them. So I got those for that, as well as the COA for this. So now the print runs for these were only 100 of each. So very, very, very low print runs. Now, me being the Rob Liefeld fan that I am, I felt like I would be doing myself injustice as a fan if I didn't have these. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate because his website, when he announces something that is going to be on his website, and especially with something that's going to be such a small print run, I mean, it's tough. It's very tough. And thankfully, and he does not reprint anything. Anything that he puts out, once everything is sold, it's gone. It is gone. You're not going to buy it unless it's going to be on the aftermarket, eBay or whatever. And I'm going to tell you right now, these three are off the market. So there's one less out there, at least one less that's going to be not available. Yeah, so with that being said, man, I had to purchase this. Now, I'm happy. I'm happy to have these. Giant Size Youngblood is a homage from Rob Liefeld's homage to Giant Size X-Men. Now, Giant Size X-Men, he has never let it be a secret that Giant Size X-Men is basically what hooked him in comics. And he has a very big, strong love for that issue specifically. Now, before this video, before I, wanted to do this video, I wanted to go back and reread Giant Size X-Men. I read it before, but it's been a while, so I wanted to kind of like refresh my memory, read it again. Uh, and because I wanted to read it again just to read it, but I also wanted to see the comparisons in the stories. And there are some comparisons, and it's fun. It's very much a lot of fun. Um, Now, I would highly recommend, if you have not ever read Giant Size X Men, unless you're balling out of control and you have the money to actually purchase an original copy of Giant Size X Men, you might as well just look forward to reading it online, or just finding a facsimile, because otherwise, I mean, that book is pricey, pricey, very expensive. Let's finally jump into this right here. There are comparisons from Giant Size Youngblood to Giant Size X-Men. Now, some comparisons would be that both takes place on an island. They're both team books. So the teams, you know, well, first of all, Giant Size X-Men was very important, because it's how X-Men, as we became to know, formed. They all came together, and their first mission was to go to this island to find a mutant that they weren't exactly sure who it was. So they go to this island, and lo and behold, the island itself is the mutant that they were looking for, Krakoa. But of course, they didn't have any clue that the island was alive. Now, in Giant Size Youngblood, similar. The Team Youngblood, they're sent to an island to find an unknown mutant, and they don't know who exactly the mutant is. But in typical Rob Liefeld fashion, the art, I feel like, first of all, he upped his game with his art, in my opinion, in this book. Yes, it is typical Rob Liefeld art, but you can tell where he really wanted to take his time and he put everything he had into this. And he even said that himself, that he really wanted to give his everything into this book, because Giant Size X-Men just meant that much to him. So yeah, I thought the artwork was amazing in here. I mean, I've always liked Rob Liefeld's art anyway, but yeah, he definitely stepped his game up in this. So yeah, that definitely made it more enjoyable for sure. Now, in this book, there are some plot twists, well, not plot twists, but there are some turns that it takes that I didn't really expect it to take. There are, I will say this, there are some casualties that I kind of didn't see coming. Uh, but this is supposed to be, from my understanding going in, this was supposed to be like its own standalone story, not necessarily related to Youngblood or issue number 2 of Youngblood, which you can go on robliefeldcreations.com and pre-order, because that's the only way you'll find it. He has signed issues and unsigned issues. God, that's like a plug, man. I need to talk to him, man. I'm just plugging him all over the place right now. Anyway, so this was not really supposed to have any relation to that. But at the end of this, there is a continuation. So I'm guessing that this is going to lead at least somewhat into issue 2. I don't know. Either way, the story's good, man. The story's good. It's, Rob Liefeld likes to have a lot of action, and it's not a long read at all. Um, there's a lot of two-page spreads. The dialogue is just enough. It's not overdone, so it can be read in a fairly quick manner. I mean, it's not like a quick read, but it's a very reasonable. So, which I, with any book, I like that. I don't like the tons of dialogue like Tom King. Not knocking him, he's just the first example that comes to mind with a lot of dialogue. So you really have to invest time into reading certain books. I like books like this as far as dialogue. Anyway, so yeah, it didn't take long to get through this. If you are interested in Youngblood, I would highly recommend getting getting your money together, man, because you're probably going to pay up for this. Honestly, I have not even looked like on eBay or anything to see how much these are going for because I know people are probably selling them. I know they are. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Um, but if you can get your hands on this, definitely recommend it, man. Definitely recommend it. Um, the story is just fun, man. It's just fun comic book action. And yeah, I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that, right? Sometimes it's nice to have a book that it's not serious. You can just sit back and read it, have a good time. It don't take forever. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what this is. That's what this is. And I love it for that. I absolutely love it for that. That's my take on Giant Sized Youngblood. I mean, yeah, I didn't want to go into too much detail in the story. Badrock, first of all, Badrock is probably one of my favorite characters in Youngblood, in the Youngblood group. He's hilarious, man. There's a bit towards the beginning of the book where he's talking about buying, property and stuff on island. It's just it was he's hilarious. I like Badrock a lot. But yeah, it's just fun, man. It's just fun. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have read this, if you have read Giant Size Youngblood, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? I think for me, if I'm going to give this a grade, and I literally have not thought about that until right now, uh, I always like to use the 5-star rating system, right? But if I'm going to give this a grade, what would I give it? Let's see. Because the artwork, I feel like he stepped up his game. I felt like the dialogue was not overdone, like it wasn't over wordy, or too wordy, if that makes yeah. Um, I'd probably give it mm, mm, a solid, very solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I really would. I think the only thing that would hold me back from giving it a solid 5 out of 5 is I kind of was wanting more. I was kind of wanting more, to be honest. That's how I mean. I was having a good time, so I'm a little bit disappointed that it wasn't longer, even though it wasn't a short book anyway. So that's just a stupid reason. But yeah, I wanted more. So anyway, yeah, I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Check it out if you have the chance, if you have the opportunity. Let me know what you think of it if you have had it, if you have had the opportunity to read it already. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.